ready. I'm going to start mine from... I don't know if you're going to hop back online, Groot, or not, but you're off. Well, I mean, your character's... You see your character's offline there? Oh. Okay. You make sense. Okay. Alright. So, I'm going to start here. I'm going to work my way over there, like that. Okay. Alright. So, we're going to start here. Armor. Headpiece. Lots of health. You see that? In blue, 2,175 max life. Down below that, the orange, 3,000 maximum life. Total of 5,175 life just for the headpiece. Alright. Lucky hit. My blood skills have a 49% chance to create a blood orb at the target's location. Blood orb. Okay. Blood orb. I am blood orb generating. Alright. We'll talk more about that later. Lots of health here. 1,000 health up top, 1,000 health at the bottom. This tempered. My healing potions grant me a barrier for 100% of my maximum life, only for 1 second. Allow me to explain. Watch this. Barrier. Instant barrier. Instant barrier. Instant barrier. Instant barrier. But it only lasts for 1 second when I use it. So if I'm in a really deadly situation, I'll go ahead and use that. Okay. Now, my potions are recharging right now, obviously. I'm not worried about being attacked. They'll defend me. And then my pet will pick up the gold. It's so that simple. Alright. This here. Lots of health here, too. I got the health to 3,300. I masterworked the hell out of this, as you guys can tell. 100% critical strike damage multiplier. I'm not playing around with critical strikes, alright? We'll talk more about that later. I tempered that to do darkness. My desecrated ground deals 100%, 20% increased damage and slows enemies. My desecrated ground, we'll talk more about that later. I don't do much of it now, but I might change that aspect, but I might keep it there. I don't know what I want to do yet. I like desecrated ground for a reason that I'll explain later. This protective bubble, that's my aspect. I got health here too. Health up top, health up bottom. When I say health up top, I mean the first bullet point, health at bottom. You guys know what the tempering effect looks like. It looks like a little leaf instead of a bullet point, a little leaf. 1439 max life. There, that's the little leaf. I have green gems in all these because I'm trying to increase my dexterity. Dexterity increases my dodge chance. Allow me to explain. Dexterity increases critical strike chance, yes, but also increases dodge chance by 5%. Okay? Dexterity increases your dodge chance. I want a great big dodge chance. Uni, you remember my old build. You saw me on torment difficulties, dodging enemies. I would get in the middle of like lots of enemies, almost a full screen of enemies, and just let my character sit there. All you saw was dodge, 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 block, dodge, block, dodge, block. Like I was super vampiric, wasn't I? And I kept recovering health. Like, I was almost untouchable. You saw that. It was on my old streams. Anyway. So now I'm trying to build that back up again. I'm trying to go back for my dodge build. That's why I have one-handed weapon and a shield to help me with dodge. I'll explain that later. Boots. More health. I got thorns because I want some thorns. But I also want increased movement speed because movement speed is imperative on higher difficulties. You got to get the hell out. You got to get the hell out. If you don't have a dodge, you got to at least be fast enough to get the hell out. Especially when they have very big novas, you cannot be trugging slow. If you're trugging slow plus enemies being in your way, that's just spelling disaster for yourself. You got to be fast. That's how I feel about it. One-handed weapon. This is a very weak weapon. I'm a very weak. I don't hit hard at all. I do not, I repeat, I do not hit hard. Okay? My intelligence is okay. My health, I'm trying to get that to 2,000. It's hard to push that up there. I did break max. That I was healthy about. I'm happy about that. Max health obviously was 1830, but I broke that to 1952 because I masterworked. Obviously. And then my lucky hit, 9.6 chance to freeze an enemy for 2 seconds. Okay, that freeze is imperative. If I need to freeze somebody, I freeze most opponents on spot. That is great. Imprint. Casting your ultimate increases my damage by whatever. You guys get the point. This piece, when I first got it, the health was already high. It was at like 2,000 something or 3,000. One of the two. I forget. But I masterworked it, obviously. Anyway, for those of you who don't understand, the obviously is Professor Snape from Harry Potter. Anyways, so I know you knew Groot, but excluding you. But anyway, I did masterwork this piece. As you guys can see, this gives me a lot more health as well. Obviously, I have about 4,500. I have about 5,000 health going on with this. 5,100. Okay, it's a great piece. Ancestral unique. Vulnerable, weakened, crowd control, or corrupted enemies are afflicted, taking 40% increased damage from you. Curse skills deal 12,521 shadow damage when applied to afflicted enemies. What is afflicted? You guys want to see what afflicted is? Because I sure don't know. Let's go look up afflicted really quick. Yeah? I don't see afflicted. So guess what we do now? We don't see afflicted. Groot and I talked about this, right? Hold on. It's not up there. Interesting. It's supposed to be here. Clear all. No, stop that. Stop that. Oh. Interesting. Hold on. You want me to go back to the skill? Hold on. We talked about, hold on. This says afflicted, okay. Vulnerable, weakened, crowd control, or corrupted enemies are afflicted. Anyways, taking 40% increased damage from you. Okay, curse skills deal lots of shadow damage when applied to afflicted enemies. Alright. Bottom line is just like, I'll explain more later. A dark aura surrounds you, inflicting Decrepify and Iron Maiden on enemies who touch it. That's that little thing surrounding me. That aura is this. A dark aura surrounds you, inflicting Decrepify and Iron Maiden on enemies who touch it. Curses inflict this way spread to surrounding targets every 1 second and last for 4 seconds outside the aura. Bottom line, it inflicts Decrepify and Iron Maiden. You have a question? Bottom line is it inflicts both Decrepify and Iron Maiden. We skipped it here for a second. What does Decrepify do? It's right here. It curses the target. Enemies who are afflicted by Decrepify are weakened and slowed. Okay. My sub-ability. I have an additional 5% critical strike chance against enemies who are afflicted. Okay. I'm really big on that critical strike chance because I'm going somewhere with that later. Okay. As you guys can see really quick, my handpiece, look at that. 100% critical strike damage multiplier. Okay. Back to the skill tree. Back to Decrepify. Critical strike chance. Okay. My other sub-ability here. Enemies hit while afflicted with Decrepify have up to a 25% to grant one stack of Resolve. What does Resolve do? It increases our armor by 25%. So, in essence, that barrier surrounding me, when enemies hit that, I automatically have a chance to build a stack of Resolve. So, any enemies that hit me when they crowd all around me, I'm also getting armor too. I get armor when they even just touch the freaking barrier. So, in other words, if you enter my zone, I'm getting armor. That's the easiest way to say it. This here, Dizzying Curse. The first time an enemy is inflicted with Decrepify, they are dazed for 3.7 seconds. Allow me to explain. When I walk into an enemy, they get dazed. Watch. Here, wait. Let's just go to this. We're going to sacrifice them really quick. Sacrifice them really quick. Sacrifice that really quick. Now watch. This is easier. See? This difficulty is honestly too easy to demonstrate. They get dazed, okay? Let me just demonstrate. I'm not trying to show off. It's just to show more of an accurate picture real quick. Now you guys see this is obviously Torment 5, right? I'm gonna go. Yeah, T5 is a little too easy. I came down here to prove a point. I'm gonna wake everybody up. You see how they get dazed? Look at that. The first time they get hit, they get dazed. I'm trying to wake up everybody and get them all together. That's the goal of what I'm trying to do here. There we go. Now you guys see this? Am I gonna die? Maybe, but watch this. I'm not. I'll be fine. Just proving a point. You guys see what it's doing? Look at all these enemies. Okay? I'm not even doing work on T5. Look at that. And my skeletons are barely even here. How many allies do I have? I have, let's count. I have Subo, what's his name? I want to get rid of them. 3 golems and a few skeletons. I don't want them, but you guys get the point. Obviously, I'm not doing much work. That's without me fighting on Torment 5. Look, in this ball, I'm inside of it. Well, I was inside of it. I should let the sword follow me. Let's go inside the sword really quick. I'm not trying to make this extended. I'm just trying to prove a point. When I walk into enemies, they get dazed. Like, we come in here, look, boom, dazed. So you guys see what I'm saying? Like, sorry I have to, you see how they turn purple? Like, they're originally red, but when I hit them, they turn purple. Now if I fight a little bit, like I start flushing them out. Like, obviously. And this is without my full army. This is just with 3 skeletons and a few. Look at that. A lot of them are stunned. They're just kind of sitting there. And they're moving really, really slow. They're stunned and they're slowed. Right? There's a lot going on, right? I'm just standing here. Just look around. Look at what's going on. Like, okay, let me see. I'll try. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of here because nobody else did came to play much for real, but you guys get what I'm saying though? Like, if I really don't fight for real, it's This is without my full army. So it's not always my skeletons doing all the work. A lot of this is really there's a see the big Nova? See that? Gotta watch out for those. A lot of these harder tournaments. See, there's another one. See it? I gotta get out of the range. Watch that. You see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get out of here in a second. Like, that was not even me full power, right? And I still somehow passed that event, right? I just really wanted to emphasize the fact that there's a crap ton of enemies and I daze. This is what I'm saying. It's always quicker to leave dungeons. Instead of running all the way back out to the beginning, I tap up on the wheel, I go leave dungeon. And I did the experiment. It is quicker than actually running all the way back out. But yeah, I just got the dragon yesterday, dude. But you guys see what I'm saying now? One more time. Like, you run into enemies, their health bars are normally red. But they start turning purple, like they're dazed. So that gives me an advantage when I battle because they're dazed. I just run into them. They're dazed, and I get armor at the same time. Remember that? So, yeah. Alright, anyway. Back to over here. So that aura really helps me a lot. You guys see where I'm coming from? So yeah, that's a really handy ring. This ring, it's just you gain, I got a cooldown reduction. That's my aspect. It doesn't give much health, but it's whatever. The shield here, normal shield. I just gave it a temper to increase the block chance, and then imprinted it says your dodge chance increases by 23%. The max is 30, so I need to actually improve that aspect because I want 30% max, right? Whenever you take damage, successfully dodging resets this bonus. So I gotta try to start dodging. I really want to be a dodger. Like, that's Vampiric. Like, ha, can't touch this. No, obviously, I was like, a cameraman. But anyways, only old school people get the joke about cameraman. Dang, I'm old. Anyways, I bring back my army here. See, when I sacrifice them, I only go one to the right. So I know if I put it back, I only go one to the left. And I have exactly what I had previously. But if I start here, one to the left, start here, one to the left, start here, one to the, well, I already did that one. But my army will come back. Sometimes I gotta raise them, like pressing triangle on dead corpses. But that takes essence. I have no more essence to consume more. But anyways, I'll explain other stuff while it's charging. So, sorry, is this taking too long, guys? Sorry. I'm not taking too long, but anyway, with skirmishers, I would rather prefer. I don't want them to slice up enemies. I want 2 additional skirmishers. I like a big army, alright? Defenders. I'd rather have the 2 extra skirmishers, honestly. Now, if the tournament becomes very difficult and my skeletons start dying, it's best to go with defender because it says defenders are just stronger. It says it right here. They have up to it used to be that they withstood like 99% damage or something like that. But anyway, the point is, for now, I'd rather have an extra 2 skirmishers. All right. Here, I'd rather have these because my Shadow Mage's bolt grant you and the Shadow Mage a barrier for 3.4% of your maximum life, which is 1,137 for 4 seconds, up to 34%. All right. So that's how I get my barrier, through my mages, right? Gucci, okay over there? Sorry, you're fine. Did you doze off? Getting sleepy? Alright, I'm almost done. No, you're good. Okay. When you command your blood golem, you fortify. This is where I get my fortify. So, for 10% of my maximum life for each enemy it drains. 10% of my life for each enemy it drains. So if I drain 10 enemies, that's 100% fortify. What that golem ability looks like is like this. When he does that within that range, he drains all the freaking enemies. Alright. That's pretty much it for that. My skill tree, my X button. I have hemorrhage. I only have 1 out of 15 on purpose. I don't need to power that skill up. I just need the blood orbs. Bursts in enemy's blood, dealing whatever. Hemorrhage has a 20% chance to form a blood orb, alright? I just need the blood orb. The sub ability, hemorrhage has an additional 30% chance to form a blood orb. That's another blood orb. That's 2 blood orbs. This one here. Hemorrhage deals cold damage. I'm not going to be precise because we're trying to hurry up. So hemorrhage, I'm not going to read every little thing. Hemorrhage deals cold damage and freezes enemies for 3 seconds. An enemy can be frozen this way once every 6 seconds. Okay? And at the bottom, if hemorrhage hits an enemy already frozen, it has an additional 50% chance to form a blood orb. That's a 3rd blood orb. Okay? Yes. Down here. Raise a skeletal mage up to 5 mages. Okay, you guys get the point. Sub. They deal more damage. It increases by 1 second every second that the skeletal mage is alive, up to 25%. Yeah. The sub here, they have a chance to grant 1 stack of ferocity. I forgot what ferocity was. I think it... Let's double check. Let's see if you're right. Is it attack speed? Let's find out. So the way I do it is I start for the first tree, and then go 2nd tree, 3rd tree, 4th, etc. Hold on. Ferocity. You hear all that? What's all that noise? No, my skeletons are killing stuff. Ferocity increases your attack speed. Yeah, you're right. Oh, look at this, see? Oh, that's what I was hearing. I know I was hearing something. Oh, you're fine. Anyways, bottom line is this. I'm back to this crap. Yeah. I get 1 stack of ferocity. I have a 5% chance to get 1 stack of ferocity resolve or overpower when they attack. You know, with that, whatever. Last one here. I have an additional 2 skeletal mages. So I should have 7. No, I have 5. Whatever. Yeah. Here, skeletal warriors, I have 8 out of 15. I need to boost that up, but it's 8 for now. Skeletal warriors, number of warriors is increased by 3. I want the big army, okay? I want the bigger your army, the more diversions. Skeletal warriors heal you for 2% of your maximum life whenever they attack. So they're always healing me. If I have more of them attacking, I'm getting more life, right? Because it says they heal me for 2% of life whenever they attack. You know, I don't know if it's for each skeleton, but if I have a bigger army and more of them attacking, they're constantly giving me more health. And don't forget to give me Fortify and Barrier. I get both my Fortify and Barrier from them. Reminder, Book of the Dead here. Wait, not this one. This one. They grant me a barrier, right? There. This one, my golem, he fortifies me, right? That's where I get my barrier and fortify from. It's them. Anyway, back to this. A douche, whatever, I don't care. This here is very important. This is my blood mist. This is my cheat death button, okay? Becoming immune for 3 seconds, just like you. I also get immune for 3 seconds. They can't see me, they can't touch me, or either, both, right? But I'm also healing. When I'm in my blood mist mode, I'm healing. And guess what? When I'm in blood mist, I could actually use a health potion while I'm in blood mist, if I have to, which is decent. It becomes a... Yes. So let's say the way I would use that is strategically. I would go into blood mist while I'm about, let's say I'm about to die. I go into blood mist. When I get out of blood mist, well, of course I'm going to cast 1 health potion while I'm in blood mist. to heal up. But then when I come out of Blood Mist, I'm going to cast another health potion, so I have another barrier. So it's like, hey, I just got out of Blood Mist. Now, if you hit me, I have an immediate barrier. So I can have more time to get out of there and analyze the situation and make the best course of action. Yeah. Blood Mist now deals shadow damage over its duration and applies Vampiric Curse to enemies. So when I go in this mode, it says Blood Mist grants 1 stack of Overpower every second. At the bottom, Overpower increases your damage by 15% per stack, okay? It stacks up to 4 times for 4 seconds. Bottom line is this. When I go into Blood Mist, I'm immune for 3 seconds. So I'm invincible. While I'm invincible for 3 seconds, they can't touch me, they can't see me. I'm healing too. But while I'm healing, I'm also doing darkness damage to them. And I'm applying Vampiric Curse to them. Vampiric Curse works like this. They keep dying too quick on me. Come on, don't die. See little red things above their heads? Well, you can't always see. Dang it. Look, I'm going to show you guys what Vampiric Curse looks like. See the soul counter right there? Soul counter, that's what it looks like. It looks like a little browse circle, okay? So now, if you look above my skills, you'll see a little brown square. The number is 6, okay? That means I have 6 souls stored up. The maximum Vampiric Curse can go to is 8. When I recast Blood Mist, watch. It's going to release 8 bodies. Watch. 6 bodies. You see that? The little green ones? So, when I use Vampiric Curse, I can attack and defend at the same time. I can attack because I'm sending out the bodies from the Vampiric Curse. I can defend because I'm obviously invincible. I can heal up, so I can attack and I can heal up at the same time. And I can move while in Vampiric Mist. Like, watch. See? I can move around. So I can move around while I'm healing up. I could also attack. I could also inflict Vampiric Curse. And by the way, I could inflict Vampiric Curse while I'm releasing those bodies. So, yeah. I'm attacking because I'm doing shadow damage. This does shadow damage. Not only does it do shadow damage, it also inflicts Vampiric Curse. But if I have souls stored up, I release those little green bodies, and they explode and do damage on enemies. So I go invincible, I get 30% movement speed, I'm healing up at the same time, I can inflict Vampiric Curse, I do shadow damage. Yeah. A lot's going on when I do that Vampiric Curse. It's pretty cool. So yeah, you guys get the point. That's my cheat death button, but mine is very enhanced. Like I said, I heal for 15.3% of my maximum life while I'm in that. So it's really cool. Anyways, I just don't want to talk about my golem much, but bottom line is I have a golem. I put all the strength into that. 18 out of 15. Golem now raises. Well, because there's not much to talk about other than, commanding my golem grants me unstoppable for 3 seconds. So when I go unstoppable, I negate all incoming control effects. So when I do this move here, that drains the enemies, it does damage to them, it fortifies me, but it also grants me unstoppable. So, like, you know how those red glyphs sometimes pop on the ground, you run away in fear like this? Uncontrollably? Your character will run away in fear, you can't control it, your character starts running away, you can't control your character. They have a little white thing above their head like fear. Yeah. You can instantly get out of fear by using your cheat death button with most characters. With my character, if I cast a golem, I can get out of that. That also gets rid of control effects. My thing here, blood mist, that gets rid of control effects, and those are my 2 buttons to get rid of control effects. This here, Iron Maiden, this is my other curse. I have 2 curses that I can inflict upon people. Iron Maiden. They take damage when they do damage to me. It's almost like thorns. Yes. I'm trying to shorten this instead of reading everything. I'm just giving you guys a basic explanation, but I can read it. Curse to targets. Enemies afflicted by Iron Maiden take 8,000 damage every 2 seconds. So they take damage. They're constantly taking damage every 2 seconds. But they also take direct damage when they hit me for 30 seconds. So it's almost like thorns. But it's like 2 forms of damage. Now, even if I don't hit them, they're just naturally just taking damage because they're cursed by Iron Maiden. And they take damage when they hit me. That doesn't even include my thorns. The modifier here, enemies afflicted with Iron Maiden will be executed. So execute instantly kills enemies that fall below a certain percent of life. 15% life for normal and 5% for elite enemies. So that means if they're within my zone, remember? I'm inflicting them with this automatically when they touch me, remember? So if they're within my range, and if I get them to low enough health, if they get between, if normal enemies get at 10% life, I normally just eliminate them. So I don't have to take them all the way down to 0 health. If they just have 10% life left, I obliterate them, as long as they're standing within my little circle. And then for elites, if elites are down to 5%, here, I need to go, that's why I'm saying this. So, yeah, if elites are down to 5%, hold on. Yeah, if elites are down to 5%, it says it at the bottom, execute. Yeah, if elites are down to 5%, they get eliminated as well. So I don't have to always take them down to 0% life either. So execute, I'm inflicting all of this and all of this with just the aura that surrounds me. I don't have to cast these skills. They're automatically casted because they're automatically, orbiting around me, you know? While one enemy is afflicted with Iron Maiden, I gain this many thorns. And that's automatically because, remember, it's resonating around me. It's orbiting around me. So when one enemy is afflicted, I gain all these thorns. I'd be afflicting like 20 enemies sometimes. So how many thorns is that? Do the math, right? I afflict both of these automatically. So it's just a lot going on. That's all you need to know. This here is my ultimate, 15 out of 15. Uni, are you awake?
Yeah.
Yeah, casting my blood wave grants me damage reduction for 10 seconds. Blood wave forms up to 2 orbs as it travels. Now this one is the coolest one. Blood wave becomes a core skill and has no cooldown, but it costs 50 essence. Blood wave conjures a shorter wave that deals the 229,543 damage and no longer knocks back enemies. But look, check this out. Every time I cast Blood Wave, I get 1 orb. Every time. 1 orb. Every time. It's free health. Every single time I cast that, it's 1 orb, literally. How do I get back more? You see it costs essence, right? It costs essence. I can cast it as many times as I want if I have the essence. Now, see, I gotta build up my essence by using what? Hemorrhage. My basic skill. When I can build up enough basic skill, I can go and I can cast more blood waves. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. See? It's 4 blood orbs. I get a lot of blood orbs. I have a lot of healing going on. This is why I'm so weak. Look at that. More blood orbs. I didn't even try hard. Just watch. I'll just come up here and cast this. I cast this. It's still very strong. Like it's almost like an ultimate. It's still really extremely powerful. Blood orbs just everywhere for me. Health everywhere. I don't struggle with health. And if I do struggle, I just get there. I got more. And keep it rolling, you know? And this is T5. Like, I'm ready for T6. I just can't defeat it in time. I need help. I need another helper. Or either I gotta get stronger. But you see, I'm trapped. Oh, what do I do? Look at that. I'm not panicking much. I'm sitting here on T5, just sitting here. Right? My army's doing all the work. I didn't even fight. I just stood here. My build is that powerful. I'm not even unleashing everything yet. I think that shows a little bit of my genius mindset. Alright, let me get back to... I think tiles up here somewhere. Okay. Anyway, are you guys still with me? Sorry that took so long. But that's my ultimate, alright? My Paragon board is this. I got 1, 2, 3 Paragon boards so far. And let me tell you guys why. Here, I got resilience, okay? Resistance to all elements, maximum life. Resistance to elements, maximum life, maximum life. I'm not playing with a big health pool either. I didn't finish this side, the 5% damage and the 5% damage, because I didn't care at the moment. I figured, well, if I want that, I'll get it later. I'll explain later. Maximum life, maximum life. I did want to get up to this, though. This is my blood drinker. You see the radius size? It says grants 96% bonus to all magic missiles within range, right? It also, you guys with me? Okay, blood orbs fortify you for 3% of your maximum life. So you guys can see below that I have 40 out of 40 intelligence. So this is activated. I just need to get the legendary bonus later. But here's a magic node that increases. Does 10% damage, 14.7% damage to elites, another 14.7 damage percent to elites, and this one, I met the requirements for that because it requires 190 dex to activate it. I do 30% damage to elites, so I do a lot of damage to elites. There, and there, okay? I'm not playing. So I want to come in hardcore. And then here's a regular one. It's not enhanced, but that's a regular one. It does 7.5 damage to elites. Okay. That does 7.5, but my enhanced one does 14.7. Okay. Almost about 7 more. Yeah, it is 7.2 more is what I'm doing. Anyway, up here now. This one here, resistance to elements and max life. I don't play with that crap. Summon damage. I mean, my skeletons do more damage. Max life. And this here is the legendary node. Your minions deal 40% increased damage for 20% of attack speed bonus they have. Up to maximum of 100% attack speed bonus. I want them to get in there and do the job fast. You know what I'm saying? Cult leader. Yeah, my minions. I'm really investing in the minions. You see what I'm saying? Here, infused warriors. 50% skeleton warrior damage. Okay, guys? I got the bonuses for that. They require 1,155 intelligence. I exceeded that. I'm at 1636. I also exceeded the dex. Obviously, that's why the numbers are in green. I also get total armor for that. Skeletal warrior damage. Summon damage. Skeletal warrior damage. Summon damage. Skeletal warrior damage. You guys see how I'm pouring into them? Skeletal warrior. They do more damage than me. Well, when I use hemorrhage, they do more damage than me. When I do my alt thing, I think I do more damage. Like, when I do this blood wave here, they don't got nothing on that. Because I just... Watch. Well, they keep going, but I stop. But they do a lot of damage. Look at that. Look at the damage they do. Well, I'm going to keep him within this aura so he can die quicker. Remember? So, Yeah, he didn't even go to 0% life. He just kind of anticipated like close to 5. But anyways, back to my Paragon board. I'm trying to finish. I'm trying to hurry up. So I did that one. This next node. Summon attack speed. I want them to attack faster so they can eliminate the enemy faster, right? Then, summon damage. Summon damage. More summon attack speed. Summon means that my skeletons and my mages, they attack faster. Summon attack speed means that my skeletons, my skeletal warriors and skeletal mages attack faster. That's what it means when you mention summon. More summon damage, summon attack speed, resistance to all elements, skeletal mage damage. Okay, hold on. Yeah. So hold on. When it says, hold on. Yeah. Anyways. Resistance to more elements. Skeletal mage damage. Skeletal mage damage. There's a lot of skeletal mage damage going on. 50% skeletal mage damage and 3 resistance to elements. 3% resistance to all elements. Like, lots of damage going on, right? This here, I chose this one because now I don't meet the requirements for this one yet. Keyword yet. But I like it because look at what I've been upgrading. I've been upgrading this one because of the magic node bonus. It grants 87% bonus to all magic nodes within range. Right now, that's summon damage. And the next one, this is 6% total armor. That's not a magic node, that's a rare node. But this is the only one that helps, and then it helps this one too. 9 point C, it helps my summon damage. I'm just keeping this here temporarily. I'm just using this spot for now until I can find a better spot for it. But for right now, it increases my summon damage. It's just here for now. It's not going to be set in stone. Like, you guys got to keep one thing in mind. Your boards don't have to be set in stone. You can borrow a spot for now and switch it later. That's what I'm doing now. Anyways, total armor, more intelligence, summon damage. I got a little bit of dex going. I want to increase that dodge chance. We talked about that. Summon damage, dexterity. I'm big on that dex. I don't play. Summon damage, 20% summon damage. The intelligence means that, I'm not playing with the summon damage. Willpower, got a little bit of willpower. Now, if we want to be reminded of what willpower is, it increases resource generation and improves healing received. So, like when I do this, blood mist, when I go invincible, it heals me, but I want to get more healing from that. So that's why I go with willpower, because a little bit of willpower wouldn't hurt to help me heal a little bit more, right? So we talked about that little bit of willpower right there. All right. So we go to the last board that I'm on now, Shrouded. I'm trying to get that resistance to all elements. So I got that, and I got a little bit of max life. I almost got that willpower up because I want to get the other 3 resistance to I'm speaking fast because I'm trying to even get done. I should say another 3% resistance to all elements. I don't want to say 3%. I just want to say another 3. Another 3 to all elements, all right? Resistance to all elements, 2% maximum life. You still with me? 1.5 resist to elements, max life, a little bit more to elements. Then you come over here, I have a little bit more of the armor, resistance to elements. Like, I'm not playing with the resistances. Like, those resistances are serious. Total armor, more resistance, total armor, resistance, total armor, and more resistance. I don't play with that. Like, you got to have defense. Those elements will kill you. Well, legendary note. Deals 60% increased damage to cursed enemies. Okay? That means when they bump into me, I do 60% damage to them if they're close by. If my minions are within proximity, they also do, like, if they're cursed, which means if they're within my proximity, they're automatically going to receive 60% more damage. So if they're within my little blue zone here, they're going to receive 60% more damage, whether I'm attacking them or the minions. You see what I'm saying? But, yeah. I know this is boring, guys. I'm sorry. So, 2% max life. I get a little bit more attack speed, 1.3 attack speed, 1.3 attack speed, and a little bit more max life. And then here we have a little bit more attack speed and max life. And that's that's where I'm at for right now. So that's how my build makes sense. This is one of the most important legendary nodes. Deals 60% increased damage to cursed enemies. Because remember, when they come within this thing here, they're cursed. Let me remind you guys real quick. A dark aura surrounds you, inflicting Decrepify and Iron Maiden on enemies who touch it. Curses inflicted in this way spread to surrounding targets every 1 second and last for 4 seconds outside the aura. So if they come in my aura and step out when they're cursed, it's like an infection. It spreads to other people. Yeah. So step in my aura, one gets cursed. He's going to stay infected for 4 seconds. So he has the ability to curse other people every 1 second. And it resets when it gets to a new enemy. So everybody can end up freaking getting cursed off of just one. But if it can wear off though. But anyway, at the bottom line, but I got an aura around me constantly surrounding me. If I'm constantly bumping into you, you ain't, you see what I'm saying? Like, I can keep resetting that. I can just keep running around you and cursing you. And then, not to mention, when I curse you, you take damage. Remember, Iron Maiden makes them take damage. Like, it does Decrepify and Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden says here, curse the target. Enemies afflicted with Iron Maiden take 8,759 damage every 2 seconds. So if I don't fight, if I just run around them, they start taking damage. I could run away from them and they're still taking damage. I can have time to heal up. I can wait for a cooldown. Like, let's say my immune ran out. It's got 20 seconds left. I could run into them like that and run away, and I'm still doing damage to them while I'm waiting for my cooldown to, come back. Or if I use all my health potions like this, I have no more health potions, and I have no more cheat death. This aura can do damage, and it can help me fight if I gotta fight for my life. So, like, when it comes to me, I'm not worried about them, because, like, I know this is T5, but my skeletons will kill it all. I'm not worried about it. Who's that confident in T5? Like, the play is 100% legit. Who do you guys know? Like, come on. So I'm almost done. Bottom line is this. I want to talk about my curses, because my curses are the most important thing. We talked about how they take damage every 2 seconds, and when they hit me, they also take damage up to 30 seconds. So, like, I also gain thorns. Like, the curses are really important. Anyway, I'm pretty much done. That's pretty much it. Bottom line is we all will make a great team. You want to call it a night, guys? Gooch, you want to call it a night? Alright. No worries. We can play later. You want to call it a night? You say yeah, Uni? Alrighty, I will catch you guys on here another time. Alright, later, guys. See ya. Yeah, I'm just not sleepy yet. Alright, Greek. Good night, Greek. Good night, Uni. Catch you guys later. Wow. I didn't think I'd get this good at T5. Man. Wow. So that's my build, guys. Those are the secrets to my build. A vampiric build, but also very strong. Invest heavily into my army. They demolish, but I demolish too. They demolish more than me at a consistent rate. I'm probably ready for Tournament 6. Probably. I mean, look at this. I don't see me dodging anything though, that's the thing. I don't see me dodge anything at all. Why did I come here? Corrupting damage. What does corrupt do? I don't understand what corrupt does or what it doesn't do. Here. Oh, I did it. I'll walk around. That's the thing, I don't know what corrupting damage does. Gotta have to find out. Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, if you don't know, you don't know. Let's go look. Okay, it's not here. So we'd have to pull up something different. Hold up. Am I really within the top 500? I'm ranked 336. Hold up. Okay, I'm in there. Hey, what the hell is this for? I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. So I guess that I'm on page 34 out of page 58. Somebody named their character Dragonov. So we all gotta see who's number one. This person's number one. They got the enhanced armor, that's why. Yeah, they got some of the freaking enhanced crap, definitely, yeah. Hold on. Man, all that time I was talking, I was muted. Are you kidding me? Oh, God. You guys missed everything I said, man. Whatever. Well, oh well. I think I'm gonna get up and go sign that card. I'll be back.
If I cannot be in the wilderness, this will do.
man's blood. tower awaits. moving.